Hello, today is Monday, September 5th, and today I thought I would do something a little different for this video. One of my favorite vloggers that I have watched since I was in high school is Tara Michelle, and she recently started doing these monthly reset vlogs and kind of just like talking about like things that she learned in the past month and like her goals for the next month. And since it is still early in September, it's September 5th, I thought I would go ahead and do the same thing because I watched her monthly reset vlog that just came out this week, and it got me thinking more about my month and the upcoming month. So yeah, that's where I got the inspo from. And yeah, so it is 12/11 and today is Labor Day. So I don't work today and I'm just like chilling. I have like laundry going right now, and today I'm just trying to kind of get back into my routine. So it kind of like made sense to do this video today. But right now I'm just getting ready and I'm like doing my hair and makeup, but I don't really know why I'm not like doing anything today. But you know what, sometimes it just feels good to get ready. And when I look more like a human, I also feel better. So that's what we're doing right now. And I figured I could make it like a little chatty, like get ready with me and just talk to you guys while I'm getting ready. So I guess we'll start with things that I learned or realized in the last month. And so August was obviously a very busy, overwhelming month for me. If you guys watch the other vlogs, then you know that it was just a very like hectic month, and then family stuff happened, and work was busy. My like content creator stuff was busy. I had a lot of like events I was going to every week, and a lot of like collabs and stuff, and just a lot of like extra stuff going on outside of work too. So it was a very busy month, and something that I kind of like realized and am telling myself is that I need to like take more time to slow down. I tend to be the type of person where I'll just feel like I have to say yes to everything, like every opportunity that comes my way, or like anytime I get reached out to for something, I feel like I have to do it and I have to say yes. And because I'm still like obviously like in the earlier stages of being a content creator, like my account like isn't that big yet. It's definitely grown a lot. I actually just recently hit 4K this in August, the end of August, so that was really exciting. But I'm still just like, you know, I'm a smaller content creator, so I feel like anytime an opportunity comes my way, I have to take it. And like I feel like that's how I like can grow, is by getting my name out there and like doing these things and showing up to all these things. But I also realize like I don't need to say yes to everything, and I know that like what I do has value, and like I know that the content that I create is like quality content, and I know that there's value behind it. So something that I'm going to be working on this next month is just being very choosy of the things that I do and put my time and energy towards, because if I'm just constantly saying yes to everything, I just have no energy. And like this Labor Day weekend, I've literally spent kind of most of this weekend just doing nothing because I just really needed that. I was to the point where I was just so exhausted. So yeah, so that's something I'm gonna work on, and my schedule for September already looks a lot lighter than August did, so that makes me happy. And I have already started this month by turning down something that I got reached out to for, and it was something that like I've already done something with them recently, like literally in the past like couple months. So they have another festival coming up, and I was like, you know what, I can't do this one because the last one was kind of a lot. And so yeah, I already said no to my first thing, so that's the first step in setting more boundaries and being more careful of what I am putting my time and energy towards. So that's one thing I want to work on. Another thing that I realized last month is, well, because of all the things I was putting my time and energy towards, I didn't get to put as much towards going to the gym and fitness. And the past like 2 years, that's something that's been like a big part of my life. And this past month, I really like slacked on that. Like my normal routine, I would go to the gym at least minimum of 4, but usually 5 times a week at least. And this past month in August, like that just did not happen because obviously I was out of town for 2 weeks, and then when I got back, I had all these events and things to go to. So like during the week, I was going to events after work when I would normally be going to the gym. And so like my routine with going to the gym was really just off last month in August. So this month I'm really trying to get back into my routine, be more consistent. And like I think with me like making those boundaries and saying no to things, that'll also help me get back into my routine, because then I won't be putting so much on my plate that I like have to skip going to the gym. So today actually I'm gonna go to the gym this evening like I normally would on a Monday. So I'm gonna go around the normal time that I would go, which is like around like 6 or 7 after work was when I would usually go. So today I'm gonna, even though I'm off work, I'm gonna go at my normal time, get back into my schedule. So I'm excited for that. Last week I also like bought more meal prep and groceries to get my diet back on track, because again, with being out of town the couple weeks in August and just being out all the time, my diet was just all over the place. I was just eating out all the time, and yeah, so want to get back into that. Something that I think, well, later on in this video I'll go over like my goals for the next month, because right now I'm just like reflecting on the last month. But yeah, I want to get back into focusing on my diet and all that. And then another thing that I learned in this past month too, I don't really talk about this a lot, but we'll reflect on it right now. I don't talk about like my personal life really, or like dating especially, because I just like to keep that private, because dating these days is just a whole mess and you never even really know what's going on. So there's no point in talking about it and telling people about it, because in my experience, the moment you like start talking about a guy or like a relationship that's going well, the minute you like talk good about it, it just goes to shit. So yeah, that's why I don't really talk about that on here. And I definitely do not on Instagram. Like, yeah, I just keep it very like separate, and I like that I've been doing that. But something that I have done in the past month, so in August is when I started kind of like dating again. I like had took a break from it for a long time because I was just over it. It's very like mentally draining, and nothing was going anywhere, and it just felt like a waste of time, and I just took a break from it because it's just mentally exhausting. So I hadn't like really tried to date in a while, and so last month in August I decided to get a dating app again. I really hate dating apps, honestly. Like, I really truly hate them, because I'm at the point in my life where like I know what I want, I know my intentions, and that is to find like the person that I'm supposed, like the person I'm meant to be with, and the person like that I can spend my life with. And I'm looking for someone who is serious and knows what they want to. And I feel like with dating apps nowadays, like that's not what you find on dating apps. You find people who are bored, don't know what they want, aren't serious, they just want to hook up, they just want to waste time. And yeah, so that's why I like have avoided dating apps for a long time. And I really wanted to just like meet people naturally and just like, you know, just go through life and like see if I like meet people either like when I'm out at events and stuff, or like through social media or whatever. And it just like hadn't really been working. And so I decided, whatever, I'll just like give it another try. So, but something that I this time around have really like changed my mindset and really have been very kind of strict in what I know my boundaries are, and that is to not hook up or like have sex with anyone until I'm like in a serious relationship with someone. And I've been through that phase where I wasn't very strict on that, and you know, the lines get blurred, and then you just don't know what people's intentions are. And a lot of times like I've found that people will just kind of go, they'll make it seem like they're into you or like that they want to date you or whatever, and then you give them what they want and that's it. So I've run into a lot of that, and so now I'm just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care to mess around with that anymore. And it's just, again, it's just very mentally draining, and you just feel like manipulated and taken advantage of, and when you know you have a good heart and you have good intentions. So I'm just not even letting that happen anymore. So with like the dating that I've been doing right now, like I've been very like upfront about that. Like I have just, again, been straight up and just like, no, that's not where I'm going. And if, you know, people don't want to talk to me anymore after that, good. Like, it's weeding them out. And it's getting me closer to finding the person that will respect that and that wants the same thing. So, but it's also been very hard too. Like, dating is really hard these days, and it's so easy for people to just kind of make you feel one way, but then that's not their like true intentions. And then you spend time with someone and you think it's going well, and then all of a sudden they can just like stop talking to you and fall off the face of the earth. And I've had that happen to me so many times. And yeah, so it's been kind of hard, but that is something that I started doing like just like the end of this month, because I started like getting back into dating whatever in like the middle of August. So yeah, so that's another thing that I have realized. And I mean, I kind of already knew that with like after being out of dating for a while, I knew the next time I was going to try it that I would be a lot more careful and strict about my boundaries and really like hold true to what I know that I want for myself. So yeah, so that's another thing that I wanted to share, even though I don't really talk about that a lot, but I feel like it is something that I want to talk about. Like, people should talk more about that. And yeah, So anyways, I'm gonna finish doing my makeup. My camera battery is flashing now, so I'm gonna take that as a time to pause, finish what I'm doing. I need to write up my goals list, and then I will share that with you guys. So we'll catch you in a while. All right, we've got our iced coffee. I took some time to write down my goals, and really I just took like literally like 2 minutes to do this. It was really just like the first things that came to my mind. And they're very like simple things that I think are attainable and like realistic of what I can really focus on in the next month. The last one maybe not as much, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So my first goal is to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. I've done it before, so I know I can do it. I just need to really focus, and kind of going back to what I said earlier, I think making more time for myself and saying no to things, knowing that I don't have to go to every single event or thing that I'm invited to. And with that will come more time for me to put towards the gym. And so I really think I can do that. I really want to get back on track. Like I said, I've done this before and I was consistent at it before, so I know that I can do it again. But that's just something I'm really going to focus on this month. And another one that I wrote down was to read 2 books. So I started getting back into reading like seriously in July, I think it was. I had been like tossing around the idea of like wanting to get back into reading, and for a while it was really hard for me to do because I just didn't find any books that I really liked or that like grabbed my attention. I think that was because I was choosing to read like self-help books or like entrepreneur business type of books, and those just did not grab my attention, and I like could not finish a book. But the reason I really wanted to start getting back into reading is just to like get some more time like off my phone and just like occupy my mind like with something else rather than just like mindlessly scrolling on social media, especially before bed. So I wrote like in parentheses before bed, I want to read at least 2 books this month, and I think in July and August I did that. I read a couple Colleen Hoover books. I read Verity and It Ends With Us. Those were both really good, and I flew through those books so fast. And I think honestly like Colleen Hoover's books are really what got me back into reading and enjoying reading. I think I stayed away from like romance books for a long time. Like I hadn't read like a romance book since I was probably like in high school, and I think I kind of just like stayed away from them because they can be like kind of cheesy, and like I am a hopeless romantic, so it just like it gets me in my feels, you know. So I stayed away from them for a while. But yeah, so I want to get back into reading more. I'll show you the books that I kind of have on my list to read next. One that I don't have that I want to read is Ugly Love. You know, if you are a fan of Colleen Hoover, you know. If you know, you know. So I really want to read that book. And I think it's good for single girls to read, apparently. So I want to read that one. I don't have it yet, but I'll show you guys a couple other books that I have already, one that I already started reading, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So my next goal that I had was to make my bed every morning. I started doing this like I want to say like a couple years ago, kind of like around the time I also started like my fitness journey, because I think for me, like starting and getting into fitness really was like an entire like lifestyle change. And so with that, I made other changes in my life, which one of them was like making my bed. And at the time I had an online coach, and that was something that he would talk about a lot. It was like making your bed and just making time to like meditate in the morning, or like doing something at the start of your day that you feel productive, and it like eases you into your day, and it just sets you up to have a good day. And so for me, like making my bed is one of those things where when I do it, I feel really good. And it's just nice to like go to bed into a nicely made bed. It just hits different, you know? So I want to start making my bed again every morning. I was doing it for a while, and then I got lazy and kind of stopped doing it. And I think that was around the same time where last month my life was just pretty like overwhelming and stressful and a lot. So I think it was a very like correlation between like what I was going through and like my life. It was a good like representation of that. So I want to get back into making my bed every day and just starting my day off right. And it'll also, like with me having to make my bed in the morning, it'll also get me out of bed a little bit earlier, because lately I've been just like staying in bed for as long as possible before I have to start my work day, and then I'm just like I haven't woken myself up. I haven't really like gotten ready for the day, like getting my mind in the mindset to like work and stuff. So I think it'll be just a beneficial thing all around. So that was my other goal. And then my last one that I wrote down was to save money this month. And that one may not be as attainable or realistic, because it's just very broad. Like I feel like I need to be a little more specific with that, but I just want to make a conscious effort to save money more this month, and just less spending on stuff that I don't need to. I need to like make a budget and really go through that again, and really focus on that, because at the end of my lease, my goal is to get a house. So that is something that I'm really striving towards, and I want to make that happen. And so for that, I need to be saving more money. And it's really hard right now. Like the reason I want to get into a house is because right now I'm just like literally throwing my money away on rent and bills and everything, and just bills keep going up. And yeah, so I need to save more money and stop like spending on things that are like unnecessary. And yeah, but finding that balance is really hard, especially when you like to go out and like get coffee or like get food, or like, you know, just you leave the house and you spend a ton of money. It's just like inevitable. But we're gonna try our best. And I need to get a little more specific with that, so I need to like look at my budget and everything. But that is something that I want to do this month. But those are the goals that I wrote down for this month. I think I can do most of them. The money one again, and I'm a little skeptical of myself on that one, but we're gonna do our best. And so yeah, those are my goals for this month. I would love to hear what your guys' goals are for the next month, and really just like what your mindset is, like any changes that you're making, or just things you want to focus on. I would love to hear it, and we can like chat more about it in the comments. And before I wrap this up, I'll go get those books that I was talking about to share with you guys. Oh, last month I went to the bookstore and picked up these 2 books, and like I said, I had been reading a lot of Colleen Hoover books, because that's just like the books that everyone was talking about. And so I've seen like other books that people have been recommending, but for this time around, I went to the bookstore and really just like picked out some books on my own that I like had heard nothing about, no other reviews. I haven't heard anyone talk about these books, and I just like read what the book is about and based it off of that. And so these are the two that I picked out last month. 100 Other Girls and 56 Days. This one I already started reading like last week, and I'm like a good ways into it, and I'm really liking it so far. So this one I'll read to you like kind of what it's about. It's about this girl who she's an aspiring writer and amateur blogger in New York, and she one of her major influences is an editor for Vinyl magazine, and she ends up landing a job as an assistant to like her idol, and it's like a dream job, and she's got her foot in the door at this place that she really admires and would love to like work for. And then it says Loretta is an unhinged nightmare, the editor that she's an assistant to, and the reality of the job is nothing like she expected, and then a misguided crush on the hot IT guy only threatens to complicate things even more. But as Loretta and the old school print team enter the turf war with Jade and the woke for the wrong reasons digital team, Nora finds herself caught in the middle, and with her dream job on the line, she'll need to either choose a side or form her own. Clever, incisive, and thoroughly fun, 100 Other Girls is an insider's take on the changing media industry, an ode to sisterhood, and a profound exploration of what it means to chase your dreams. So this really caught my attention because, if you didn't know, I work in media. I studied media in college. I'm an editor for a newsletter, so I felt like I could really relate to this one, and I love like the storyline. It's got a little romance in there. It's got the inside look at media and just getting your dream job and like following your dreams and just like building your career and that kind of stuff. So I felt like I could really relate to this one, and so far I really like it. And so then the next one that I have is 56 Days. And this one is more of a thriller, and it kind of gave me a little bit of like Verity vibes because I really liked that book and I flew through Verity. But this one is interesting, so I'll read the back of it to you. No one even knew they were together. Now one of them is dead. 56 days ago, Sierra and Oliver meet in a supermarket queue in Dublin and start dating. The same week, COVID-19 reaches Irish shores. 35 days ago, when lockdown threatens to keep them apart, Oliver suggests they move in together. Sierra sees a unique opportunity for a relationship to flourish without the scrutiny of family and friends. Oliver sees a chance to hide who and what he really is. Today, detectives arrive at Oliver's apartment to discover a decomposing body inside. Can they determine what really happened, or has lockdown created an opportunity for someone to commit the perfect crime? A timely, surprising, emotionally alive, and this is about as good as suspense fiction gets. So this one sounded really intriguing. Again, it's relatable. Like, it's a book of like about the pandemic and everything, so, or like in the times of like pandemic times. But yeah, this one sounded really interesting too. This one's pretty thick. It's longer than the other one. I started it when I was traveling. I read a little bit of this in Florida, but I need to just like restart it and start fresh because I just like had no time to really read while I was there. So I want to start it over, start from fresh and read it through. And I think once I kind of get more into it and like actually sit down and focus on it, I'll be able to get through it. But yeah, so those are the two books that I picked up. I will definitely keep you guys updated, and once I finish them, maybe I'll do a little book review or something. But yeah, so I think that's what I have for this monthly refresh video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really helpful for me, like when I watched Tara Michelle's monthly refresh video. It helped me really just like reflect on my own life and my own like the past month and things that I want to focus on, and Really just right now feels like a fresh start after the crazy month that I had. So I'm excited to focus on my goals and make some changes and have a good month. So I really hope that you guys have a great month as well, and you take time for yourselves and focus on the things that are important to you. So again, let me know. I would love to hear what your goals are, and we can chat about it in the comments. But I hope we all have a great month. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you the next time I vlog. Bye.